Okay everyone, welcome to Harvest Moon Farm. If this is your first time here, if you're a regular viewer, welcome back. My name is Mickey and this is the second video of a couple of seafood recipes. So I did a video where I got 2 recipes. I thought I had 3. Turns out I had 4, so I split them. I've got 2 on the last video and 2 on this video. So tonight we're going to be making honey, garlic, butter, shrimp, and broccoli. So, first thing we want to do is make our sauce. And for that we need honey and soy sauce. We need a ½ cup of honey. And I'm just going to eyeball it.
I'm not sure why my camera keeps trying to refocus, so I apologize for that.
Ooh, there we go. That's ½ cup-ish. ¼ cup of soy sauce. Hopefully I have some up here. I do. All right, yeah, and I'm using the low sodium. I almost always buy the low sodium. When I don't, it's usually an accident, but this is low sodium. We want 1 teaspoon of fresh grated ginger. So I'm going to peel just a little bit of this skin off, and then we'll grate this. So I bought a bunch of ginger. I'm going to plant some and see how well that does. I'm in zone 6. So we'll see how that goes. I'm kind of, if I remember correctly, I'm kind of right on the edge of where we might be able to grow it outside. I'm going to try it. And if it doesn't work, I haven't heard anything. All right, so a teaspoon of fresh garlic. Do I have this the right way? Yes. I mean, not garlic. I said garlic, I meant ginger. There we go. And 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, which I just remembered I did intend to get my garlic out of the freezer, and I forgot. So 2 tablespoons is going to be about 5 or 6 cloves. So I'm going to set those there and let them warm up just a minute. They thaw pretty quickly. Red pepper flakes and cornstarch. Oh, and the cornstarch goes in later. Okay, red pepper flakes. So we just want a ¼ teaspoon of this. So I'm also going to make quite a bit of pasta tonight to go with this dish. My husband is doing a race tomorrow morning. He's got a half marathon that he's doing. If you are from the Kansas City area or know anything about the Kansas City area, there's a race that they do every year. I think this is the 50th year. It's called Hospital Hill. So it goes around our part of our city, and it's a very hilly course. So it's kind of a brutal course, but he has run it. I don't know how many times he's run it, but with this being the 50th anniversary of the race, he definitely wanted to run this year as well. I'm not a runner at all. I wish I was, but my body does not do well trying to run. And plus when I do, I'm so super slow, it's ridiculous. I did 1 year, I think it might have been the 40th anniversary. Our daughter, oh yeah, that would have been it. So she would have been 9. And so we did the 5K, and it was torture for me. Not only do I not like to run, but also my daughter complained the entire time. I had to practically drag her, even though she wanted to do it, I had to practically drag her to the end of the race, and then as soon as she saw the finish line, she took off and left me. All right, so I am going to whisk this together. And by whisk, I'm really just using this knife and kind of mixing it up. All right. So I'm gonna get my shrimp. So I have about a pound of shrimp here. Let me see. And this is pre-cooked shrimp. This is what I always buy. This is, let me make sure. Yeah, this does not have the tails on it. So I thawed that earlier. We're gonna put that in this bowl, and then we're gonna put some of our marinade on there and let it sit for a little bit. And we want to use, how much of our marinade? So we're gonna add about 1/3 of this into our shrimp. And then I'm just gonna kind of toss this around so that it's kind of covering all of the shrimp. Push that down. And then we're gonna add, let's see how much. 1/2 teaspoon of cornstarch. We're gonna add that to our sauce, marinade, whatever you wanna call it, so that when we put it all together, it will kind of help thicken up the sauce. So we're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of this. Make sure I do actually have cornstarch. And then I'm going to whisk that together. All right, so while that is marinating, clean up some of this stuff I spilled all over. I'm going to run downstairs. Oh no, I don't need to run downstairs. I got some leftover linguine from something I made a few days ago. So I'm going to get that started cooking because the shrimp is not going to take long at all. So I'm going to put this little piece of ginger that I have in the refrigerator so it doesn't go bad. I will try to use it on something here in the next few days. And then we're going to go ahead and start chopping up our broccoli. I am going to save some of this broccoli to the side. I'm going to make a pasta salad tomorrow, and I need some of the broccoli for that. So I'll put some of that broccoli, whoops, in this bag that I just ripped. But I'm going to go ahead and get these heads of broccoli cut up. I'll be so excited when I have my own broccoli. And actually, I'm just going to go ahead and throw a few of these into this bag. Let's see. And I'm only making enough pasta for just my husband and me, so I don't need a ton of it. So I have other vegetables that I'm going to be putting in the pasta salad as well. So I'm just going to kind of cut my broccoli in some sort of big pieces because this will be like a stir fry. It's going to cook in there with the shrimp. So this recipe calls for 2 cups of broccoli. I think I'm going to have more than 2 cups, but that's okay. I like to have lots of broccoli in our shrimp. Alright, and I did just dump my compost earlier today and wash the bowl out a little bit because it was getting pretty nasty. Well, and it was over full because I had to put those onions in it yesterday, those whole onions, because I found a couple downstairs that were going bad. All right, I think we're done with this. All right, so we are going to put some olive oil, salt and pepper in our broccoli in a skillet, and we're going to cook that just until our broccoli starts getting soft. So we're going to go ahead and move on over to the stove. So we'll go ahead and add some olive oil. I should turn that on so it will actually heat up. A little bit of salt. So, you guys are wondering why my salt is always like this. I use the Redmond's real salt and it doesn't have the anti-caking agents in it. That's part of the reason that I use it. And then I can use it for cooking or baking or preserving foods, canning. All right, so I'm going to go and put my broccoli in here. Just a little more oil, and then we're going to let this cook. I'm going to add a little salt to the pasta water. I can get my little spoon out. So like I said, I'm going to cook the rest of the linguine that I had from the other night. Really, you could add, this calls for broccoli, but you could add any vegetables that you want and just make it a nice stir fry. Cook some rice instead of pasta to go with this. So carrots, little carrot coins might be good in this. Zucchini, peppers, really whatever you want. Today I'm just going to go ahead and use the broccoli. stir fries are a good way to use up if you have a bunch of like pieces, you know, small portions of veggies in your refrigerator. That's a good way to kind of use some things up, just tossing it in and cooking it in. Put in the things that your family likes to eat and use it all up, and then you don't have all those little portions of leftovers in your refrigerator. And I'll just cook a couple more minutes. It's starting to get soft. And then after that, we're going to take it out, put it back in the bowl while we cook the shrimp, and then we'll add it all back together and add the sauce in. Go ahead and get our pasta cooking. Whoa.
It's going to be hot.
Yeah, I think so. Alrighty. Let's get this. That is not going to work. Alright, so we are going to add about 2 tablespoons of butter into our skillet. And I was so glad I finally was able to get butter in my accurate order. I've ordered it for the last 3 months, and I finally got some. It's been out of stock this whole time. All right, go ahead and pour our shrimp in. If you're using raw shrimp, you want to discard this marinade before when you put your shrimp in. But since these are cooked, I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to cook this until it kind of cooks a little bit of this liquid down. And then I'll add our sauce mixture in here. And we're going to top this with some green onion, which I don't always have. I do today, so I'm just going to cut this, and just going to cut little pieces and use the white and the green, and we'll just throw this over the top of our servings when we got it on our plates or our bowls, whatever we decide to use. There we go, so that's ready. So we decided we're gonna have our dinner served in bowls. Check this, oh that's not done. So we're gonna let this cook for a few minutes with the rest of the sauce in here, and it's starting to thicken up really nicely. You turn it down just a hair. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our broccoli back in. That looks so good. All right, turn that off. Let me see if our pasta's done. Looks like it might be close. Ow. Not quite. It's almost there. All right, whoa, let's try this again. I think this is done now. It was pretty close before. Good one. Yep. All right, so I'm gonna drain this. And then I'm gonna fill our bowls. So I'm gonna get me some. I'm gonna get Joe a lot. Oops. Might give me just a little more. I really never ate lunch today. All right. You want some of the shrimp and broccoli, right, babe?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to spoon a little bit of this sauce out onto our bowls. I know, you smell it, don't you, Bear? You can't have it. Alright, here's your fork. Whoops, I throw it across the room. So we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of onion over the top. Alrighty. So, throwing shrimp. What the heck? Alright, I'm going to take a little bit of broccoli, a little bit of shrimp. Good stuff. Okay. So, I will be back. I think I have this other seafood dish planned for 2 days from now. That is going to be the crab and I think shrimp, kind of a casserole oven bake dish. So I'll be back with that in a couple of days. Alright, so I said at the end of this video clip that I was going to do another seafood recipe, and apparently I forgot that I had this one done because the seafood bake I did in my video of my week 1 of my June freezer challenge. So I will link that one down below, so if you want to watch that seafood bake, you can go on into that video and watch it. So today's video will just have the shrimp and broccoli, and so I just want to thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button. It really helps me out. There's a gnat in front of my face. Oh my goodness. Okay. And if you are not currently subscribed, if you would please consider subscribing, I would really appreciate it. So I will see you guys on the next video.